Hi guys, it's Prince Flawless Beauty, of course. Excuse my hair, I just washed it. And I must say that I am in love with this hair from Julia Virgin Hair. And yeah, so this is my first semi-review on, Bad Girls Club reunion. And I was going to do the whole show, but between school, work, and, all that, I didn't have the time. So, basically, the show starts off with what's the bitch name? Camila and Danny. And they're like best friends now. So Camila and Danny are talking. Camila's asking about Danny's parents, and she's asking how are they doing and how was her relationship with them now. And Danny's just talking about it, and she's basically saying how they're good, and she hasn't cursed them out in a minute, which bitch, if they was fully black, bitch, they would have beat your ass by now, because bitch, you got a smart ass mouth. So then after that, Camila's just looking as bougie as ever, which she looked cute or whatever. She was cute. Anyway, so then it goes on to Jada coming in, and she calls Rocky and tells Rocky to come downstairs so they can, do dinner. Lunch, whatever these bougie bitches want to call it. So then Rocky comes walking in, and Jada's playing with these glasses of some sort, mimicking Judy, I'm guessing, which in their convo, they're talking about how Judy and Sarah always have their name in their mouth. So I'm not getting how that's the case when you guys are talking about them at the current moment, but that's none of my business. So on to this. So they're talking, and Jada has the damn headband on, looking like something from Sesame Street, and that's the end of that conversation. So they're just really talking about, like what happened. They're talking about Sarah and Judy, of course. They're talking about Camila, even though I felt that when Camila apologized to Jada, it wasn't for show. I felt that it was very, very sincere. I feel like she honestly meant that. And if you actually know Camila, you know that she will say anything to piss you off if she's pissed off. So I kind of feel where she's coming from. And I also don't like Jada for the simple fact you yelled at Sarah and Judy for not owning up to their shit, but yet you stole Camila's camera, but yet you didn't say anything. So I feel like you're just weak sauce, or you're not dope, as you say. So yeah, I don't like that bitch. And I don't like Rocky either, because that bitch has still yet to admit that she's a tranny. So I'm sorry, you guys. So then it basically goes on to back to Camila and Danny, and they're basically talking about, Jada taking her camera, which Camila already knows, and I've already stated that. I just felt the bitch was weak as fuck for what she did. So then after that, they were just talking about the camera, and Camila was basically talking about how she's going to fight Jada. She might fight Jada, which you know Camila, you know she's going to fight her if she finds out that she's the one who took the camera. So then it goes on to Judy and Sarah. And Judy walks in with this damn big ass voodoo doll, looking a crazy ass motherfucking mess. She scares the fuck out of me. She literally, I almost had a nightmare about this bitch. She literally scares the shit out of me. So her and Sarah are sitting down talking, and Sarah's describing, in her little confessional thing, she's describing how Judy has these two different sides. She has crazy fun Judy, and she has crazy Judy, and I 100% agree with that. So then after they talk, Miss Natalie Nunn walks in, looking a little piece of everything. She walks in, and she's basically saying how she's not going to the reunion because Miss Natalie Nunn is pregnant. So they're talking, and Judy's basically saying she doesn't think anybody's going to fight her. Bitch, you talk all that shit on Twitter when you left. You know damn well somebody's gonna pop you in your motherfucking mouth. And she's basically saying she doesn't know how to fight, and she will windmill her way through it, which I don't blame her for. Where the fuck is my comb? I should let my hair dry before I started this video. Goddamn. Okay. I thought I heard something. Okay, so then it goes on to them basically talking, and she's talking about how she is pregnant and how she doesn't want them kicking her in the stomach. And I wouldn't go either, because you did a lot and they can't lose anything now. So if they punch your ass in the stomach, you're fucked. So I'm glad she didn't go. And so then they're basically just talking about how the reunion is going to go, and Judy is constantly saying nobody's going to fight her, which we all know. And Miss Sarah baby is saying how she didn't want to get kicked out the house and she wanted to make it all the way through, so that's why she didn't fight, but she has nothing to lose on reunion, which I believe, because I don't think Sarah plays games. I think Sarah will pop somebody in their mouth. Like, you would be surprised what little people are capable of. Like, you can't really judge somebody off the way, like, their skin color of, you can't really say that, you can't really judge somebody like how they fight or how bad they are by the color of their skin. Like, Sarah is a true bad girl to me. Like, she knows exactly what she's doing, but she's going to play the victim, should I say. She's going to play the victim and pretend that she never did it and look you dead in your eyes and say, bitch, no, I didn't do it. At the same time, I kind of feel like that's kind of weak, but she knows, and bitch, you knew. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to survive the house. So, then they're just talking, and Sarah's basically saying how she's going to fight Rocky because she saw her true colors in the house, which I completely understand, because I really like Sarah, Judy, and Natalie this season, because everybody called Natalie fake and Sarah fake, but yet Danny and Julie, you guys were her so-called best friends, and she was just sloppy drunk all the time with you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, Judy would never drove so crazy to the point that she got kicked out the house. Judy was doing very good with Natalie and Sarah, and I really don't care about anybody else's opinion, because I feel like they were the best thing for her, because Danny and Julie weren't strict enough on her. Natalie is going to tell you exactly how she feels. I'm a really big Natalie fan because she doesn't hold anything back, and she will make you realize your problems whether you want to hear it or not. Julie and Danny kind of cover it up, and they stopped that, and it was too late after that. Okay, so back to Sarah and Judy by themselves outside by this small ass pool, which I don't know what the fuck hotel they're at, but I know not to stay there because that pool is small as hell. Anyways, so they're basically talking about Rima, and they're talking about how Rima is basically like jealous of them in more ways than another, which I didn't really like Rima this season. I didn't watch her season because her season was kind of lame, so I didn't really watch her season, but I feel like you sat there so quiet, but once you guys were about to leave, then it's fuck this bitch, fuck that bitch, and you have all these balls with Camilla. I didn't really like that, and I didn't appreciate it either, because I feel like you're a weak bitch. I feel like she uses her son for her excuse not to fight, when bitch, you just can't fight, because I watched you and Julie's fights on YouTube, and bitch, you look a hot ass mess. You just kept talking shit, and you got your ass beat. So, they're basically talking about how she got plastic surgery, and Judy made a very good point that she basically said that when people get plastic surgery, their insides change too, and I really feel like that's true. Like, you need to, don't ever forget where you came from, point blank period. Please don't forget where you came from, because you can go right back there in a quick second. So, they were basically just talking about her plastic surgery, and Judy, I like Judy, but I feel like she's saying how she doesn't know why Camilla's coming for her. Not Camilla. Why Rima's coming for her on Twitter, but yet you tweeted about her and called her she called her a replacement, and basically she was talking about her on Twitter and talking about how irrelevant she was because she was only on there for like 2 episodes. So, which is true. Was it even 2? Maybe it was 2.5. It was 2.5. Anyways, so they're basically just talking about her and how Rima's probably going to try to fight her, which she probably will. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, Judy, windmill your way through. So then it goes to Rima and Rocky and Jada basically talking about the whole Judy thing, and she was talking about how she tweeted her back, and she was like, let's see how irrelevant I am on Wednesday. This bitch is crazy. So they're basically talking about that, and then it goes back to Natalie. What is this bitch name? These bitches. Natalie, Sarah, and Judy, and they're basically, well, Judy's kissing Natalie's ass as usual, but they're basically talking about how Natalie's pregnant. And yeah, they're basically just talking about that situation and how it's going to be Natalie's last time doing a Bad Girls Club thing, which I'm really disappointed in because I love Natalie. Well, then it goes back to Camilla and Danny, and they're basically talking about Natalie, and Danny's talking mad shit about Natalie, which I don't understand how, because bitch, you're a bum to me. So basically, she's talking about how Natalie came for her, talking about still living with her parents. Which, bitch, you've been on a Bad Girls Club and you're still living with your mom and dad. Bitch, kill yourself. And she's basically saying how she needs to just play her role and be a housewife and stop being on Bad Girls Club all her life. And then she's saying how Natalie probably lives in a shack, which we all know Natalie doesn't live in a shack. You can't even Google Danny. Only thing that's going to pop up is Bad Girls Club, nothing else. So, meanwhile, Natalie, Sarah, and Judy are talking downstairs about Camilla. And they're basically talking about how Camilla and Danny are going to team up, which I believe, because don't, Camilla, you look very sickening tonight. But don't come in talking about how Danny's the only person that's relevant to you, basically. But yet you were with Sarah and calling her your sister, all this, all that. Don't do that, because that's making, I love you, but you made yourself look really fake. So then they're basically talking downstairs about about Camilla. And then they get to talking about Jada. And they're talking about her accent, which is horrible. And they get to talking about how she's a liar. And which is true because, bitch, you lived in Miami your whole life. And, bitch, your real name's Nicole. Come on. It's not Jada. It's not Jada Lynn Nicole. It's not Jada Lynn Nicole anything. It's Nicole. It's Nicole. Where the fuck did you get Jada? I don't understand. Okay. So basically, it leads us back to them, and they're basically talking about how not to trust Camilla and Danny. And Judy's like, no, Danny's cool. And Natalie's basically like, no, Danny's cool to your face. But when she gets in those confessionals, that's when she gets to talking shit. So, which is the very much truth, because Danny is not a real bitch to me. Danny is not hard unless she's around her sister, and she has somebody to jump with her. Danny's not going to fight you by herself, because Danny cannot fight. Okay, so it is back to oh shit, my head. It is back to Rocky, Rima, and Jada, and they're talking about, you know, Natalie, and they're making fun of her chin, and which everybody does, which Natalie's chin fits her, so I don't see why everybody talks about her chin. Anyways, and Rima has this damn cheap ass wine glass up to her chin, even though hers is just about just as long. This bitch has a really strong jawline. If you really look at her jawline, it is strong as hell. So she goes and she's basically talking about her, and it goes back to Sarah, Natalie, and Judy, and they're basically talking about them, which I don't know how the fuck they tape this, but it's like one is upstairs talking shit and the other one's downstairs talking shit. So they go downstairs and they're basically talking about how Rocky and Jada want to be Natalie, Sarah, and Judy, which is just about true, because they're nobodies. I mean, bitch, if I can't Google you, then you're a nobody. So they go on to basically talk about, I am so tired, you guys. Okay, so they basically go on and they're talking about like how watch out for Rocky, because she's going to come for Judy and Sarah. And Sarah's like, well, nobody's going to touch me, because I usually come to these reunions ready to fight, because I don't have time for the fuckery in the house, which is totally understandable to me. So after they talk shit for about 6 hours, Jada, Rima, and Rocky decide to toast to being better girls. Bitch, y'all just talk all that motherfucking shit. Now y'all want to toast. Bitch, toast to be able to be Googled, because clearly y'all is non-factors. Rima, how you replacement on the redemption? Like, bitch, that's embarrassing. That's real embarrassing, bitch. And them curls need to be recurled before you get on set, because that looks a hot ass motherfucking mess. You should not have came on camera like that. And Jada, these big ass eyes and this headband, you look like a damn trailer trash ass hippie. Bitch, you look like the trailer trash Barbie. Get the fuck out of here. So then they come to the actual set of the Bad Girls Club reunion set, and where they're actually going to record. And, you know, Camilla and Danny walk in, and then here comes Jada, Rocky, and Rima, and they're checking their bags and, you know, winding them. And this bitch Jada says my bag is personal. I have dildos, strap-ons. Bitch, I could have sworn on your season you said you were not gay. Bitch, your nigga don't need a strap-on unless you're strapping him, which I don't know what the fuck y'all be doing in New York, but so then they finally go through, and Camilla's like, all these people at the door, no one greeted us. Bitch, you was not Miss Hollywood, bitch. You on Bad Girls Club. Come on now. So then we have Tanisha fat ass. This bitch eating as usual. And she's basically talking about how good the reunion's gonna be and the champagne being popped by itself, meaning it's gonna be a crazy ass night. So she's basically just talking about all the girls that she can't wait to see, and she's talking about how crazy Judy is, which I totally agree, because that bitch is nuts. Like peanuts on an airplane. Like that bitch is nuts. So Miss Laura the life coach looking about bougie fabulous as ever. When I say her shoes with that dress pissed me mad. Like, no ma'am, no bitch, you may not. Not again. And she's basically talking about how she doesn't think they're gonna fight because she thinks they're over it, when this is the Bad Girls Club reunion. You really think they're not gonna fight? Come on now, get over yourself. You're good, but you're not that good, bitch. You are not going to make them stop. Okay. So then it goes to Judy and Sarah, and Judy's basically talking about how she knows Rima's going to come for her because she said it on Twitter, and she was like, I got them hands now. I got them hands now. Now, bitch. Since season 9, you didn't have them hands, clearly, because Julie white ass Molly whopped your ass all up and down the floor, bitch. So, let's see how this goes with Judy. And then Judy's like, girl, you got them done too? Bitch, stop being shady, because I just can't take too much of Judy. It ain't got to the reunion yet, and I just can't take too much more of Judy. Okay, so Laura the life coach and Sarah and Judy are talking, and Julie's basically just saying how she doesn't cry as much anymore, and how she basically, like, how much she's changed and how much Laura the life coach has changed her life, which I really feel like putting the life coach was a very good idea for the show, because it really did change the girls. Like, it may have been for the good, it may have been for the bad, some more than others, but it actually did help the girls. And then we have this T-Pain looking bodyguard, I don't know what the fuck he is, trying to basically talk to Laura, and he looks a hot ass mess. Girl. So they're basically just talking, and Sarah is just sitting there smiling as usual with this damn big ass Chuck E. Cheese ass smile. She irks me sometimes. But yeah, they're just talking, and Judy's like, I don't cry as much anymore. If you know Judy, you know that bitch cries a motherfucking river. I swear, the motherfucking Atlantic has nothing on this bitch. So Laura wobbles in after Danny, and Camilla is tall as hell. Like, I'm 5'11", so I don't know if she's that tall too, but she is literally tall as hell, you guys. Like, Danny looks like an ant next to her, and this bitch don't even got her heels on yet. But Laura is basically asking, well, Camilla's talking about her camera as usual, and Laura's basically asking her what she's gonna do when she finds out if, well, who has it, which everybody knows Jada took the damn camera. Just fucking admit it. So they're basically talking about that, and Danny's instigating ass, which got that braid on her head, thank God. Well, Danny's instigating ass is basically like contradicting everything Laura said. Like, she was like, well, they basically threw out all your memories from the Bad Girls Club, and she's basically just instigating the whole time. I have to put my hair in a ponytail. It looks a mess right now while it's wet. But yeah, they're basically just talking about that situation, and Laura's like, Danny, just back me up. She's like, no. So yeah, so Laura's basically trying to play, like, you know, the good girl as usual. So then they're like, Laura, if you twerk, then I won't beat, you know, such and such's ass. And she's like, well, I don't twerk. If I twerk, you don't beat ass. I have such an easy job. Bitch, now you know damn well Camilla's still gonna fight as soon as Jada says she took that damn camera. So then Laura stops saying on Jada, Rima, and what's this irrelevant bitch name? Rocky. So they're basically just Rima's basically saying how she's going to give some of her goodness to Judy, and Laura's like, bitch, what's your definition of goodness? Because we have two damn definitions, and mine has nothing to do with yours. And they're basically talking about that situation, irrelevant. So then Sarah is passing out like these calendars that they didn't tear up in the house, and she's putting them underneath everybody's chair, and she's like, well, since they threw them out, they're gonna see me, and it's gonna make them really mad, which it is gonna make them really mad. So get ready, bitch. So yeah, this T-Pain nigga with her, and basically calling Sarah bad, all this, all that. He just trying to get with a little bit of everybody. Bitch, you look a hot ass mess, you damn nigga bitch. Anyways, so yeah, she's passing these things out under the chair. She's giving out these So Ratchet shirts, which, Sarah, I love you dearly, baby, I do, but you ratchet. So yeah, so basically the actual reunion starts. And Tanisha basically introducing them, and she was basically like they handpicked the 9 baddest of the bad girls, which, bitch, you weren't on there, so what does that tell you about yourself? But anyways, so she was basically talking about that. Then Rocky, Rima, Camila, Danny, and Sarah come out. So they're basically just sitting down talking, and Sarah looks like a bootleg Shakira mixed with a little bit of 1980s Britney Spears. So they're talking, and basically they're these bitches is crazy. Basically, she's congratulating them on all making it to the end, and Rima's like, thank you. And I'm like, bitch, you were only on there for 2 episodes. So then she comes to Danny, and she's like, Danny, how do you feel? You made it a whole season without your sister, which I was very surprised. She was like, good, because I didn't make it to the end of season 8. So then she's basically, oh, my tracks. Okay, and then she's basically just like that she didn't have that much drama, and I'm like, bitch, now you know damn well, you know good goddamn well that you were in the midst of almost every piece of drama in the house. So you're like one of them backstage drama bitches. So then Tanisha looking at her like, bitch, now you know good goddamn well you had some motherfucking drama, especially with Julie and Judy. So then Tanisha asks Sarah, is that her real hair? And Sarah's like, yes. And she spins around, and she was like, did the chunk ever grow back from Rocky pulling it out? And she's like, well, no, but I have a chunk here and a chunk there. And she was describing that. So then Tanisha's like, you don't feel bad at all, Rocky? And Rocky was like, no. And she was like, she ripped the button off my shirt, so we're kind of even. I'm like, listen here, The Rock. Sit the fuck down somewhere, bitch. You sound so motherfucking stupid right now. And so Tanisha basically asked them with Rocky and Sarah would they sleep with each other if they weren't into it. And I'm just like, waiting for the answer, like, yes, bitch, no? And Rocky's just sitting there smiling like, bitch, you know you was. So Tanisha tells her to stand up. And they do this little slow-mo, like that shit they do for the fights. They do it for her body while she's turning around. And Rocky's just sitting there looking about mad as ever. So they arguing, and Sarah decides to get up and basically like go towards Rocky like, bitch, what's up? So that's really the end of, they did a little slow-mo thing. They never really show the whole fight, which really pisses me off. So the next episode, I am not sure. I'm pretty sure it comes on Tuesday, but I don't know. So, but the next episode, the only part that really caught my eye is, if anybody else noticed, Camila grabbed her heel, and I'm pretty sure she slapped the shit out of Jada with her heel. And then Danny argued with Jada, and Jada's claiming to be a real bitch when you would have just said you stole the camera. Well, guys, this is my first BGC reunion review, and I should be doing the whole next season. This is my first one, so don't judge me, because I'm trying, you guys. So, stick with me, and thank you guys for watching. Oh yeah, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram @_PrinceFlawlessBeauty. I don't really get on Twitter, so that really wouldn't work. But yeah, follow me on Instagram @PrinceFlawlessBeauty. And yeah,